We will take a look at both college basketball and the NBA Offshore Insiders.com sports betting podcast for Thursday, February the 12th. And it's another clockwork winning year for Joe Duffy's picks, 112-77, a cool 58.63% with basketball picks. We just win. And then when we're done winning, we win some more. Promises made, promises delivered. We've got a 3-0 college basketball sweep for Thursday. The NBA may be on break, but we're not going to give the bookmakers any break. Joe Duffy's picks, the anchor of OffshoreInsiders.com. We're going to take a look at the one NBA game for tonight, Cleveland and Chicago. The Cavs are ramping it up, 12-3 their last 15, but their last 7 covers have been by 6.5 or less. The Bulls have gone under 9-2, while Cleveland has gone over 3 straight by 15.83 points per game. However, the Bulls still the top over team in the NBA by plus 4.6 points per game. Yet, here's the strange thing. They've actually gone under at a 26-25 rate. So again, as we say, the margin of cover or sweat barometer by others is much more important by the mere record. So as far as we're concerned, the Bulls are still a decent over team, but they've actually gone under a slight majority of their games. But that is why we use the margin of cover. Now, the Cavs, Kevin Love is questionable. He is the 13th most efficient power forward, I should say, in the NBA. That is according to the Hollinger ratings. Bulls, Jimmy Butler is questionable. The Bulls have gone over 3-0-1 minus him. He's rated as the 3rd most effective shooting guard in the NBA. 2 of the hotter teams in the NBA spread-wise, Cleveland, 2nd best net rating in their last 5 games, or actually 2 of the hottest based on net rating, I should say. They are a plus 10.9. Again, that is based on points per 100 possessions, offensive and defensive difference. With the Bulls 5th at plus 7.4 during that span. Cavs are number 1 the last 10 games at plus 10.8, but the Bulls 6th at plus 4.9. Cavs number 1 offense in that span at 110.9 points per 100 possessions. Now some college basketball notes. Ole Miss and Florida guard Michael Frazier is out. In 23 games, he averages 13.2 points per game, 4.6 rebounds. Florida's the 3rd most unlucky team in the nation, ranked 348th luckiest team out of 351, though Ole Miss is 268. Now, again, the luck means basically is they're winning a lot of close games, that their straight-up record is deceptive, and the theory by some gamblers being that lucky teams are going to be a little bit overvalued, unlucky teams are undervalued. Illinois, Chicago, and Wright State guard J.T. Yoho has not played since January 14th. He's still going to be out tonight. 15 games, he was averaging 16.1 points per game and 6.7 rebounds. Including the game that he is hurt, they are 1-6 without him. Arkansas, Little Rock, and Appalachian State, by the way, all records are against the spread unless we specify over-under. Arkansas, Little Rock, and Appalachian State, James White for ALR is out for the season, and he's been out since January 10th. He was averaging 11.9 points per game, 6.6 rebounds in 15 games. They're 3-5 without him. California and Colorado, Asakia Booker returns for Colorado. In 21 games, he's getting 17.6 points per game, 3.3 assists, and 3.2 rebounds. Eastern Illinois at Austin Peay. Eastern Illinois, the 3rd luckiest team, while Austin Peay is the 231st luckiest team. So that's a pretty big gap there. Again, that theory would say that Eastern Illinois would be much more undervalued coming into this game based on that stat. EIU is 1-4 their last 5. They're only covered by 0.5 and 3 losses by 8.5 or more. Hence, they're minus 10.7 sweat barometer in their last 5 games, or as we like to prefer to call it, as we called it for years, the margin of cover. So hence, maybe that theory is correct about Eastern Illinois being lucky and overvalued. Cal State Fullerton and UC Davis. UC Davis, Corey Hawkins is questionable. He's their best player, 19 games, 21 points, 21.3 points per game, 5.3 rebounds per game, 3.8 assists. Santa Clara and San Francisco. San Francisco is the most unlucky team in the nation out of 351 teams, while Santa Clara is the 61st luckiest. So Again, based on that, San Fran would be the play. That is not an official free pick, I do want to add. We'll tell you when we give you an official free pick. Again, Joe Duffy's picks, we continue to roll 3-0 sweep for tonight, hitting just below 60% for the year in college basketball. I know a bunch of other people are going to promise you 80%, 90%, this and that. We just deliver with realistic and impressive results, upper 50s, lower 60%, virtually every single year, every single sport. Excited about baseball being around the corner. Joe Duffy's picks, the anchor of OffshoreInsiders.com. Please follow us at Offshore Insider, no S at the end, on Twitter, Offshore Insider. That way you can get these podcasts in real time, although we're available basically everywhere where you can get podcasts. But unfortunately, places like iTunes and Stitcher and TuneIn, there's a turnover rate, so sometimes they're not posted right away. Cal State Long Beach and UC Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara's Allen Williams is questionable. In 17 games, he's averaging 17.1 points per game and 11.6 rebounds. Cal Sacramento and Eastern Washington. Eastern Washington is the 18th luckiest team in the nation. And Eastern Washington's Tyler Harvey is probable after missing 2 games. He's averaging 23.4 points. 3.7 rebounds and 2.8 assists, so that return is quite big. UT Martin and Southeast Missouri State. UT Martin, Miles Taylor is out, but he's been out since December the 6th. He's averaging 11.1 points per game and 6 rebounds. Arkansas State and Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern, one of the top spread teams in the country, 12-2-2, plus 5.4 sweat barometer. Arkansas State, 1-5 their last 6 at minus 11.4 points per game. So we're going to continue to ride Georgia Southern there. Georgia Southern is our free pick. Once again, your official free pick is Georgia Southern. That is not one of our premium picks, although it was strongly considered. Thus, clearly the biggest of our non-premium plays. Long Beach State and Cal Santa Barbara. Long Beach State, the toughest non-conference schedule in the country, but UCSB had the 24th toughest, and it really hasn't paid off for either team. Again, a lot of people will believe that the so-called baptism by fire will help these mid-major teams, but Cal Santa Barbara 1-6 their last 7. 3 were by minus 13 or more to the spread. Long Beach State, though, is 2-6 their last 8. However, they've had some bad luck spread-wise, as they're really only being outscored ATS by 0.81 points per game. Please give us a 5-star if you're listening to us on Stitcher or iTunes. The experts say that will help us with search engines and whatnot. If you're hearing the simulcast on YouTube, please give us a like. If you're seeing this on a Facebook group, please give us a like. Help us out. Help us spread the word. You help us spread the word. We will be happy to give you free picks 361 days a year. And most importantly, go to OffshoreInsiders.com for the best picks on earth.